Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the assignment for 2.1.4.1, document the assembly. Here is the link right here, Project Lead the Way. Here it is on the tab. We're going to do this drawing sheet with this 3-block assembly, okay? So go ahead and log into NetLab if you need to. Here's the NetLab link that I actually included here. So let's get into NetLab. So go ahead and click on Fusion. And then also, if you are in NetLab, go ahead and click on a Chrome browser. You're going to need to, what I want you to do is download the files first. Okay. Okay, so let's get logged in first, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do. Okay, so here's my Chrome browser. I am in NetLab here. Okay. You scroll, there we go, scroll on to here. So we're going to go into Clayton Valley.schoology.com. Oh, there it is. It shows up. Okay. You're going to log in if you, so that way we can download the files. If you don't have it, for the sake of consistency, I want everybody to download these 4 files. Okay. If you're on your computer, you can stay in Schoology on your computer. If you're in NetLab, go ahead, log into Fusion while that's loading up. Open up a Chrome browser and log into claytonvalley.schoology.com and then enter your email account like I'm doing here. Okay, so click on the page here. I'm going to hit never, the engineering class, and then to the 2.1.4 document the assembly assignment. Okay, so what I want everybody to do, whether you're in the NetLab computer, I want you to go ahead and download these 4 files, right? So let's do it one by one. Arch, so the Arch one, download. So there it is right there. I'm going to go back onto Schoology. I'm going to download the tall thin one. Download. Okay, see it right there. And then I'm going to download the triangle. Download, right? See how it's opened up in new tabs. And then go ahead and download the title block. If you have it, if you don't have it, here, don't worry about the data file. You can still download it from here. So I'm going to put download. Okay. So here's my taskbar on the top with all my downloads, and here the taskbar showing from the NetLab computer. Here's mine from my computer. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize the Chrome browser. Right. And then I'm going to go and log into the Fusion file with my school email. Okay. Again, I want everybody to have these 3 blocks. Okay, just for the consistency of the assignment, because I know our measurements are going to be different, either from 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch to 1 1/8. Some of my blocks here are more than 1 inch by inch by inch. Okay, so go ahead and download all 4 of these files. All right. All right, so I'm in NetLab. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch on to my own desktop so I can make it bigger to show it to you guys. Okay. But this is, I want to show you just for the first few minutes of this video, and for class coming up. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to upload those 4 files into your Fusion here. Okay. So go ahead, double click on your IED folder, right? And then here, you're going to create a new folder. Another blooper again. Sorry, guys. You're going to name this 2.1.3, and you're going to name it assembly. I'm sorry, let's do that again. 2.1.4. I'm looking at the assignment I'm here. 2.1.4. Okay. I just, not to confuse you guys, but I'm going to stay consistent with Project Lead the Way. Okay. So this one is 2.1.4. Even though we will be jumping around while we're distance learning, I just want to keep this consistent as far as a curriculum. Okay. So apologies in advance for that. Okay. So we named it 2.1.4 assembly. I'm going to hit enter. Now I have a new folder, right? So let's go. It's an alphabetical. Here it is right here, right? I'm going to double click on it and it should be blank. All right, you guys. So what I'm going to hit is upload. All right, and then I'm gonna hit select files, right? And from your computer or from this computer, right? This happens to be NetLab. I'm gonna go up a folder because it defaults to the documents folder. And if I look, there's a downloads folder in the documents folder, which it's not where it downloaded. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna click up again. And here is the downloads folder under PC. Okay, double click on the download folder, and there are my 4 files. So I'm going to left click with my mouse with my left hand, and then I'm going to hit control with my left hand, hit control with my finger on the control button on my left hand. I'm just going to highlight all 4 of them all at once. Okay, so this is kind of how we do the commands on Fusion 2 if you want to select more than one file. In this case, I'm going to keep my finger on the control button with my left hand and highlight all 4 of these, and then I'm going to click open. Right, and so there's the 4 of them right there. See, the window's kind of big. All right, so on here, if I go down here, you're going to click on the blue button that says upload, right? It's going to go into my 2.1.4 assembly folder that we just created. Okay, everybody's doing this. Click upload. Let that go. So I want everybody at this point, okay, hit close, to have their new folder with just these 4 files. Okay, if you notice, like on mine, I have all these different demo. I don't want you guys to get confused. I want you to create a new folder for just assignment. Whoops. All right, and it's down here 2.1.4 assembly with just these 4. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. All right, so this is NetLab, and so I'm going to open my Fusion on my computer, right? Keep yours open. Let's see what it'll let me do. All right, so so that way you get a better view of where the buttons are going to go when I show you how to point here and how to point there. All right, see what's going to let me. All right, so now I got a active session. I'm going to go hit yes, continue. Okay, so like I said, I want everybody to have these files, these Fusion files, or these 4 downloaded onto your computer, right? The arch block, the tilted block, the triangle, and the tile block template. If you already have it, go ahead and download it anyway. Okay, so that way you'll have it all in the folder, right? Okay, so here's my Fusion file. That way you can see it better, right? So I'm going to double click onto my new folder called 2.1.4 with the assembly. Okay, so now I have the 3 blocks. So we're going to assemble these. I'm going to put it on this untitled design file, right? So what I'm going to do is going to try to left click and drag the arch, right? But it's not going to let me, because what you have to do, it said there on the bottom, you're going to have to save this untitled design file first. So I'm going to hit file, save, and then go ahead and name it 3 block assembly. Okay, hit save. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to drag all 3 of these components, the design files, separate design files, into one, right? So I'm just going to left click drag and try to drag the arch in, right? All right, so see how it's sideways? Okay, let me show you guys first what we're going to do before we get into this. Okay, so here. All right, so now we have Fusion up. So this is what we're going to do today. This is your what you're going to turn in. You're going to screenshot, okay, your Fusion. You're going to have these 3 blocks exactly. You're going to screenshot exactly how it shows here, okay? What I want to see are these 2 joins, right? I want to see here. You're going to join the triangle to the top of the arch, and then you're going to join the tilt-in block on top of the arch, exactly how it looks here, okay? I'm going to want to see you guys have a separate design, a separate folder, right? A 2.1.4 assembly folder, and just these files on here. You can move and copy around the ones you have, but just for consistency, I prefer you guys download these same files. You can change the colors, you can change the materials, but I'm going to need you to have these same dimensions, okay? So we don't get all confused, all right? Okay, so just like in the assignment on here, right? There's a screenshot. That's for the first one. And then towards the end of the video, you're going to submit a screenshot. What you're going to do is you're going to dimension the blocks, and then you're also going to change it to, I should have left the annotation. You're going to also change the dimensional units from decimal to fractions, just like everything here. Actually, let me do it this way. Okay. I want to see all your dimensions, right? You can, this is a bit much, but it kind of, you know, you can study it and you can see, I want these exact dimensions in fractions on your drawing sheet. Okay. Okay, so you're going to give me 2 screenshots. You're going to give me the design file, right? This one. And then you're going to screenshot the drawing sheet, right? It's the example 2 below, right? This drawing sheet with the fractional dimensions, okay? Okay, so let's get back to the fusion. Okay, so now, I went ahead and dragged the arch in. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'll just leave it open. All right, let me move it over. Okay, so now what I want to do, I don't know, we're gonna flip it over. So one of the things that I want you guys to practice is using this move tool. Okay, so what I would rather you do, see how I can move it this way. This is the way I want you to move it, right? I'm going to move it up and down. I can move it side to side, right? There's three ways that we can move this, right? So that's why I want you guys to have this one file, because here I want you to move it exactly, right? I'm going to left click drag. I'm going to go up. If you notice on here, the X angle position is going to go, is moving, right? I want you to change it. I want you to move it to exactly negative 90 degrees, right? Because we started drawing this from the origin on the ground, right? So that's why I want you to have these 3 design files, right? Because I know that when you practice these tools, this move tool, that it's going to be exactly the same thing everybody else is doing. Okay, so I'm gonna hit OK. All right, so that's what you're gonna play around with. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in and out with my mouse, right? So I have the arch. Okay. And then I'm going to also drag, left click drag the tall thin block and the triangle. Okay, so I'm gonna left click drag. I'm gonna left click drag the tall thin block on the right hand side and the triangle on the left hand side, right? Just like it shows in this drawing here. Okay, this drawing. That's why I always want you guys to have 2 screens for a reference. It's ideal, but not really necessary. Okay, so I'm gonna left click drag. I'm gonna put the tall thin block right here on the right hand side. Okay, let it process. All right, so now I'm gonna move it out, right? Instead of just, I'm gonna move it out. I want you guys to practice. I'm gonna left click drag this arrow, and I'm just gonna go this way, right? See how the inches in that window moves? Just go and drag it out, because we're gonna place it on top of the arch. You can actually go up also. Okay, hit OK. So we're just going to leave that up in the air for now. Now we're going to drag the triangle, right? Left click drag the triangle. I'm going to put it up here. All right, and for some reason the triangle's here, so I'm going to drag it. I'm going to left click on the arrow. I'm going to drag it up here. Left click on the arrow, drag it up here. Okay, hit OK. So we're going to move it. Okay, so now we're going to change a couple of settings on here before we go and do the join. Okay, this is what I want you guys to practice, right? The move command automatically, that's what that is. If I left click on it, that's the move. Here it's a free move. Okay, so what I want to do, what I want you guys to do is break the link on these 3 components, right? For now, I think that's the best thing. Okay, you can keep it. You can, what this the link icon is you're linking all these separate components, right? Each block is a separate component. You're linking it to the original design file. I want you to go ahead and just break it for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. Oh, I'll hit OK, cancel there. I'm going to hit the right click, right? Drop down, break the link, the arch, right click, drop down, break the link for the tall thin block, right click and drop down, break the link for the triangle copy. Okay. That's the only way that, what I want to do is get rid of the plain, the shaded yellow views, okay? So go ahead and expand the arch, the tall thin block component arrows, okay? And then hide where it says orange, I'm sorry, orange, origin, okay? Hide it, turn the eye off, all right? See how it disappears? I'm gonna go ahead, this one's already turned off for a tall thin block. See if I turn that on, it's there, so it's already off. And then go ahead and turn off the eye for the origin for the triangle. So all I can see, all we can see are the separate components. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and assemble this by using the join command, okay? So what I want you to do also is practice how we're gonna see this assembly with the view cube if you haven't already, right? If you guys notice, I always like to go to the home view, the default view, right? Click on the house button, that's the home view, right? If you get lost or if you turn it around, you can always click on the home view, and this is always the default view, right? And there's a couple of ways that you can look at the assembly or your components on the plane, right? What I like to do for precision is click on the top corner like this if I want to see it from the right hand side. So I click on the arrow. Oh, nothing happening. Okay, there we go. Click on the top, see on the top corner, and then I can rotate it that way. See that? Or if I want to click on the front view, I can just see the front view this way. See that? If I click on the bottom arrow. Okay, I want you guys to practice the different ways you can look at this assembly using the view cube. Okay. There's also another way that you guys can look at your components on the plane by the free orbit right here. So if I click on orbit and then I go and I do this and I can flip it up. All right, let me drop down and do free orbit. There you go. I see what I did. I dropped down, did free orbit, and then I can look at it from the bottom. I can look at it this way. Okay. All right. So if you notice, the arch is already on the plane, but I didn't have a chance to ground it. I'll show you that. But I just want you to see, to show you how you can move around and see your components in your design file that way, right? And then also you can always click on the home house button. This is the home button to see the 3D view or the default view, right? So there's the 3D view, right? Okay, so I forgot to tell you, so we're gonna go ahead and ground the arch because this is gonna be the base of this whole assembly, right? So if I go here, I'm going to right click on arch and I'm right here, second from the bottom, second from the top, I'm gonna click on ground. So that is grounded. See, it's got like a little safety pin there. This one's grounded so it never moves, okay? Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna join the triangle and then we're gonna join the tall thin block on top of the arch, okay? So I'm gonna left click out. Right, so now I'm going to rotate. I wanna see this triangle in relation to the arch from the left side. So I'm gonna left click onto the top corner here like that, okay? So what we're gonna do, the first join out of the two we're gonna do is we're gonna join this edge here of the triangle onto this edge, right? So the first command for the join, we're gonna join here to here, okay? So in order to do that, I'm gonna go drop down to assemble and I'm gonna drop down to join, right? Now it's gonna ask me where. So I'm gonna left click here, see there's the wheel that shows up, okay? Left click once, and then I'm going to hover over to the edge of the arch, then left click again. So it snaps and joins it right there, okay? So hit okay. So now the icon, the join icon kind of look like a Lego pieces. Now that's joined. Now we're gonna do the same thing for the tall thin block onto the front edge here, right? We're gonna join this edge to the front of here, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rotate it. Actually, I'll leave it here. Okay, let's see if I can do that. Right, so I'm going to click on assemble, join, right? I'm gonna click this edge. I want this edge to join and find the center of the arch to here, okay? And hit okay. So if you notice, it's kind of right on top of the triangle. I wanna move it over a little bit. So let me show you guys what you can do. I'm gonna click on the front, see that? I'm going to right click on this join here. And then I'm going to drop down and click edit joint, edit joint. And then I'm going to click on the blue arrow because I want to move it up a little bit more. Okay, for this assignment, I'm not going to ask for precision. But for the extra credit, Yes. Okay, so I'm going to move it over, right? See how it's moving 0.2 inches? I'm kind of going to eyeball it, but really I think it's 0.4 inches. All right, let's move it back 0.4. Hit okay, let's see what that looks like. All right, I think that looks good. Let's look at it from the top, right? Let's double click on the, I'm going to double click on the home command. Let's look at it from the top. Okay, it looks good. Okay, I'll take your assembly just like this. Okay, so what I want you to screenshot is exactly this. I can see, show you again, right? I can see that you joint the triangle and then you joint the top end block. Okay. All right. So if I look at it from the top, I can see that you join the edge here. Okay. Which is the purpose of the assignment. And then you join the edge here. Okay. Now for the extra credit, I'm going to have you move it over. I'm going to have you extrude the triangle and then move this over a little bit. But for now, this is all I need for the first part of the assignment. You're going to screenshot exactly this. Okay. All right. So now for the drawing. Okay. So we saved it. You're going to save it as a 3-block assembly. Now for the drawing, we're going to go to File, New Drawing from Design. Okay. And then you have the template, right? If you don't have the template, right, here it is right here. So let's say I didn't have the template. I'm going to drop down from scratch, right? And I don't see it. I'm going to hit Browse. And then I'm going to click on this folder. And then here it is right here. It's in the same folder, A-size title block. I'm going to select it and then hit Select. All right. And then it should show up here. Yep, there it is in the template. And then I hit OK. So everybody up to this point should have the A-size title block template here. Okay. So go ahead. You can left click on the view right here, but I'm going to, yeah, let's do that. Left click on it. So just drop that in there. And then what I want you to do is change the scale to 3 to 4. Okay. You can either type in 3 to 4 or drop down and go up 3 to 4 or down. Mine is up. Okay. And then I want you to go ahead, keep it shaded, right? I'm going to hit shaded with hidden edges. Go ahead and do that, right? For the style, hit OK. All right. So let me move this up a little bit. Okay. So now we can go ahead and dimension it. Okay. So just like we did before, right? Everybody should have already practiced this, right? I'm going to click on projected view. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go to the right for the side view, and then I'm going to go diagonal for the 3D default view. Okay. And then click the check mark. Okay. Should show. See it. Yeah. I see now. You see now it's shaded. It's all the colors of the blocks with the hidden lines, and you can go ahead and dimension this, right? I can see all your dimensions just based on this drawing. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and dimension some. Right. What do I have on the assignment? Let's see here. I'm going to drag over the picture as a reference. All right. We're going to dimension as much as we can here. Okay. So I have the tall thin block, right? It should be right corner, 3.5. Oh, you know what? We're going to change these dimensions first. Okay, we can still change it. What I want you to do, one thing that you're going to learn here, I'm going to introduce you. You're going to click on, okay, let's expand that. Click on the document settings, expand that. And what you're going to do is look down forth from the top. You're going to click on dimensional format. See how it says decimal? Right now it's in decimals. I want you to change that to fraction. Okay. So I'm going to click on the icon with the pencil, right? Document settings come up and I want you to go down, look for, see it's in inches. And where it says dimensional format decimal, I want you to drop down and change that to fractional. Okay. And then here, you can leave it to the linear dimensional precision to 1/4. Let's see if we can just change it to 1/16 for now. Okay. Then hit OK. All right. So see how it changed from 3.5 to 3.5. Okay. So we can go and continue dimensioning. Right. Here. Right. I want your arch to be an inch and 1/8. Right. What are the dimensions? But your triangle, right? If I click here to here, should be 1 inch. All right. So if I click here, just to verify, right, the triangle's an inch. But if I click here to the end of the arch, right, it's 2 5/16. Okay, go ahead and practice your dimensions here, right? I just want, show me at least 5 or 6 of them. You don't necessarily have to dimension the side, but right. So if I click on here and here, let's see, I can see that the triangle is still an inch. But if I click here and here, right, the arch is 1 1/8 and the triangle is an inch. All right, let me move this up. All right, I'm gonna hit escape. I'm gonna left click and drag this up so it doesn't hit the bottom of the drawing. So you can see that. So let's do a few dimensions here, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then if you notice, and this is for those who want to go ahead on the extra credit, right? Dimension, there's a space here from here to here. 3/16 you can practice, right? Because it's the same here. Click here and here. That space between the column, the tall thin block and top of the arch is 3/16, right? And then from here to the edge of there is 9/16, right? The same thing. I'm going to click from here to here. Oh, wait, not that one. Undo that one. Dimension again. From here to the edge of the arch is 9/16. Okay. All right. So this is all I want you to dimension. Okay. For your drawing. I'm looking for the fractional units that you're going to change it here under dimension format fractional. And then you have at least 4 or 5 dimensions on here. Okay. So screenshot that, actually save it. I'm going to go hit save. Right. It's going to save as 3 block assembly drawing and hit save. So you're going to screenshot that. Okay. So for the assignment, oops. Right, so this is what you're going to, so for 10 points, you're going to screenshot here with the joints. And then for the other 10 points, the drawing sheet with the fractional dimensions. Okay.